Doing good, doing good. Let me get your form pulled up here, and we'll get this
Sure.
rolling here.
I filled it out 2 months ago, so I don't know. I don't even
Yeah,
remember what I put on it.
yep, that's totally fine. What we will do is we'll go through there, and then if through anything that's changed or you'd like to update, just let me know, and we'll go from there. Sound good?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. What got you interested in coaching?
Well, I've been playing Overwatch since the game, Overwatch 1 dropped, but I was really more of a Counter-Strike player, and I actually quit for quite a few years just because I was so frustrated I couldn't get the hang of it. And then more recently, actually, probably about 8 months ago, I got back into it again, and now I love it. And I just want to get better and climb. But no matter how much better I feel like I'm getting, I just stay the same rank. So I must not actually be getting better.
Yeah,
Frustrating.
yeah. I can understand. I can understand. Okay, so we want to find out what's changing. You feel like you're getting better, but the rank isn't reflecting it. Anybody
Correct.
getting a little bit more serious with it. Now, at the time of the form, you were gold 1. Where are you now? Still gold 1? Somewhere around
Still
there?
gold one.
Still
Yeah,
gold
I mean,
1.
I've been in plat 5 a couple times, and then and then I dropped back down again. So
Okay. So high gold, low plat. I've been playing Tracer for a long time, but I cannot seem to get any better. I need to be pointed in a direction. So that was at the time of the form.
mhm.
And mostly Tracer. Is that still the case?
Yeah, it's the only one I'm, super comfortable with. I'm okay with Cassidy and Reaper at this point.
Okay. What's your playtime breakdown approximately between those three?
Oh, I'd say 95% Tracer. Uh, f- at this point, 4%, Reaper, and then
Sure.
1% Cassidy.
Sure. So pretty much irrelevant in terms of like proper hero pool. It's just Tracer. It's going to continue to be Tracer, and that's not really a problem. Okay.
Sure.
I play around 10 to 12 hours per week. I work 3 days per week, so it's hard to play nights before those days, but I do try to play a few hours on each of those days. So fairly spread out playtime,
Yeah, I
three or
play
four
more on the
days.
weekends. Yeah, I play more on the weekends. I was playing, you know, 10 to 16 hours on a weekend, but during the week, now I have a child who's 10 weeks old. It's hard to play on
Congratulations.
weeknights. Yeah, thank you. So I'll play, Thursday, Friday through Sunday, a couple hours each day, usually
Yeah,
more or
same.
less, and then I don't play for 3 days and I feel rusty. But
Yeah,
I don't have an option really.
okay, yeah, that's totally fine. 3 days is not crippling either. It could be a lot worse. Freaking kids,
Hmm.
man. But like that's how it
Yeah.
goes. You were gonna go pro, but and you can always
Right.
hang that over your kid's head. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's the limitation of where you're at. And I think with the
Hmm.
goal that you have here, which would be you want to improve positioning and yada yada, but just I assume rank wise, right? Like you want to hit probably mid to high plat would be my guess.
That would be my first goal, absolutely. I'm not looking to
Okay.
be grandmaster or anything like that, but if I
Yeah.
can get to higher plat, I'd be super happy.
Sure. So let's get you to high plat. And I think with the amount of time that you're putting in here, 10 to 12 hours, even if it's not perfectly spread out each day, I don't think that's unreasonable. I don't think that's not out of your
And
reach. All right. That
yeah,
should be totally fine. Okay.
I
So we'll
appreciate
take a
it.
look here. Now, of course. Now, sleep is on the lower end as well. I imagine that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
significantly improved either.
No, not at all.
Okay. So I'm gonna point that out as being something that you would love to improve over time if that can. I
Of
mean, six
course.
hours isn't terrible, you're not, but it's
Yeah,
you are sleep deprived. That's
for
just the
sure.
case of how it goes until you're. I think very few people can healthily function on 6 hours, but so just keep that in mind.
Yep.
All right. I want to improve my positioning, decision making, effectiveness. I want to be a better tracer player. Of course, I do want to rank up eventually, but I believe in the process of practicing and improving myself, that will happen. Now, the real question is you feel like you've improved, but the
Yeah.
rank has not reflected that. So the question is what have you improved, or what do you feel like you have improved?
Okay. Well, to put it out there, I do watch a lot of your videos.
Okay. Thank you for
So
feeding my future children.
One thing that really spoke to me very recently, you had a video out of a tracer player who wasn't
Mm-hmm.
respecting hit scan
Yep.
and a junk rat, and so I realized, and I do this a lot in Counter Strike. I don't play Counter Strike much anymore, but I would think, oh, I have better aim, I can just out damage them and kill them before they kill me. But now I'm realizing more so that I need to blink to cover or blink to the side or diagonally to get out of sight before they even shoot. More of a prediction thing.
Sure.
I'm
Sure.
also trying to stay more patient, be more intentional with my positioning and blinking, and shooting what's in front of me. I've seen you say that a few times, where hey, you can't get to a flank, just shoot the tank because you have a good angle on them. Stuff like that. Just trying to be more sensible, because I think I used to just try to always go for the supports because they were, to me, the lifeline of the enemy team.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So just allowing your target parity to kind of be reflective of whatever angle that you have, being more cognizant of how you're using a blink in your duel and less so with your aim mechanics.
Yeah.
And then you said in the forum your aim mechanics you feel like are okay.
Yeah, I do. I feel like my aim mechanics better than what my rank reflects. Maybe my decision making and my I don't have patience sometimes. I think is what brings me back down.
Okay. You said mentality. Is that kind of what you just reflected on there, or would you go even deeper than that?
Yeah, more so. I think I never really learned from anybody. Just more strategy, I guess. And I kind of go between, do I go on a full flank and just try to poke from behind and distract, or am I trying to get kills? And you kind of see a little bit of that. When you watch YouTube videos, whether it's yours or anybody else's.
Yeah.
The balance there.
Yeah, setting up, damaging, moving, all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah, please.
A lot of times I do feel like I'm doing something, I'm distracting, I'm doing work, but my damage output's the lowest on the team, and I'm like, gosh, maybe I'm not doing anything. So it feels like I am, but at the same time, maybe I'm not getting enough damage. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, stats really don't tell the full story, but I'm sure that if your damage numbers are relatively low, it could just be that you die too much or take bad angles or don't move well, or there's a million different things that could be going wrong, and I don't really know. So we could take a look, and I'm sure we'll find something to pull out, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
But regardless of what it is, you still would never take your damage numbers as being the motivator for what you need to do, if that makes sense. Like that's never that's not the motivator for you. Is my damage is low, so therefore I'm going to fix it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I would go with. Okay. Let's keep going here. Any other questions, actually? Because I'm looking through your form, and I don't think there's a whole lot. But are there any questions?
Not really. I guess it's going to get more into play style. I actually briefly, or no, not briefly, but I originally reached out to you like 6 months ago, and couldn't get something as soon as I wanted. So I actually was doing some lessons with Christopher. He's great, but I just wanted to get a different perspective and try to get something from you here as well.
Sure.
But he has me full flanking a lot. And then when I watch pros play, I see them kind of with their team and then just doing kind of like.
Wait, I'm sorry. So he has you hard flanking, basically.
Correct.
And okay, I'm gonna hang that over his head. It's not a bad idea. It's not bad because I'm always teasing him about like I'm the angle guy and he's like the group up guy, but he's having you flanking. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. That's just too funny to me.
No, that's fine. But then I see pros do more like soft angles. You know what I mean? They're playing more with their team rather than trying to do everything on their own in the back.
All right. So if you've watched literally every single Spilo video everywhere.
Pretty much.
Then you would have known that I actually made an entire video on that specific concept. I don't know if you know this video. Well, I don't know if you know this one. Did you see this one?
No, I did not.
Okay, this literally talks about that exact phenomena that you're just going. And what I'll do is I'll sum it up for you if you don't get a chance to watch it. The sum is basically you take an angle. You're in gold. Nobody's there. So you just keep deepening the angle until you run into somebody, then you freaking kill them, okay?
Gotcha.
Pros, they are going to run into people immediately as soon as they start taking angles because everybody takes an angle in pro, right? So what ends up happening is you end up taking more active duels versus people on angles and so on. And then there's also just the fact that pros make mistakes. Like I think when I was actually reacting to that exact same question, and I had the person who made the Reddit comment send me the VODs. And what ended up happening is about 3/4 of the VOD links to the timestamps that they sent me were like, oh, this is fine. They're just being marked, so they're just controlling space. And then there's about 1/4 of them where it's like, yeah, he screwed up. Like he shouldn't have been there. This is just bad, right? And so, yeah, I think like that's the TLDR is that tracer play, good tracer play is always good tracer play. But the way I look at it with tracers is a bit more flexible. I think it's just short off angles. Sometimes that's shooting tank. Sometimes that's deep. What it's more relative of is what does the map give you. That's what you're really angling off of. And that way you can apply it regardless of whether somebody's there, regardless of whether you're on Circuit Royale, Flashpoint, Eichenwald, King of the Hill, push map, whatever. You'll always have a short range off angle. That's always that's all we're looking for.
And to add to that, some people also talk about coordinating with your tank, trying to shoot the same enemy as the tank. But half the time, especially in gold, I just feel like my tank's just shooting to the belly of the opposite tank. So it's pretty boring to me. So I just do my own thing, honestly.
Good.
I just try to time it with my team, though.
You got it. Yep, that's it. You nailed it. You nailed it. Yeah, your understanding is correct there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, at least according to my vision, anyway. So yeah, no, that's totally fine. All right. I don't really have anything else here. Do you have any other questions, strategic wise? Because these are all very good. These are all very helpful.
Not really. I just and maybe this is just how Overwatch works, but sometimes I feel like in order to win, I have to be at my very best at all times.
Yep.
And if I don't stick that one pulse bomb, and it's game over. And I don't know why it should feel that way. I feel like it should be less extreme. I mean, you should be able to play. I think you should be able to play well above your average and still win without having to stick every single pulse bomb, etc.
Correct. There's something else. There's something else going on. So don't worry about it. Totally, something else going on. It's never going to be that simple. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
No, not right now.
Okay. Shoot me the code that you got, and we'll take a look.
Sure. So, of course, everything reset yesterday.
I was not expecting yesterday's reset. It was such a tiny little. I think what it was I think they yanked Hazard out from the playtest, and I think that's why they did the reset.
Gotcha. So I was only able to get 5 games in, and of course I was at a wedding last weekend, so I was a little rusty.
It's all right.
I don't know, like the wins felt kind of like stomps, the losses felt kind of pathetic. I don't know what you would
Was there any
see.
game where there was like questions about how you needed, like what you needed to do differently, or I wasn't sure how to approach this, even if it's just in a small way?
I don't. Okay. A part of this game, not the whole thing. This was my first game, so I was a little rusty. But let me see here. So this happens a lot if I'm playing well and I just don't know what else to do to win. Hold on. Here we go.
Got it.
Every name I have in gaming is just to goof around, by the way.
Oh, that's
You'll
fine.
see that. Like Billy, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like looking at that. I was like, I added, and so we don't have any mutual servers, so I had to add you as a friend. And I'm like, I'm guessing that you're kissing me here. So,
yeah.
And
Exactly.
I'm like, Billy, this guy's not Billy. I gotta think about it.
Yeah, I just try to be goofy. Just have fun.
And well, you succeeded, so congrats. Okay, so tracer on the angle, tracer on the flank. Now you have, in theory, done your homework. You've also had some additional coaching from Chris, so you have a foundation of understanding. The question is going to be, where is the gap? What's the difference here?
Sure. So I start off pretty bad here. I think I get a little greedy and I'm a little rusty on my aim. So
That's okay.
Yeah, blink into the wall there.
Yeah. Okay, all good.
I'm thinking, I can do something here, and I just...
Well, you need to deepen your angle. So this is where you position is where you angle. So you're here.
Yeah.
To apply pressure on an angle onto this team is impossible from where you're set up. So what should you do instead? You have two choices.
Probably go to the left.
Okay, so you wrap left and you apply pressure from behind here. It takes about the same amount of time to set up, but you're significantly safer. There's another location to apply pressure to. Can you think? Think outside the box here.
Point.
Go to point. You got it. All right. This is called cheating, okay? Where you're essentially setting up an angle. You're familiar with the term, right? You run it down. You don't have resources anymore, so you have to leave immediately. It's super, 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 super uncomfortable to do so. So you do recognize what you need to do. Just needed to be here 5, 6, 7 seconds ago. So the soldier that just killed your Widowmaker would have fallen back sooner. And then in addition to that,
I tried to get out and get that health pack behind that stage there, but
Yep. Just needed to disengage a little sooner. That's okay. Because you really did bait everybody. You were too successful. Suffering from success at the moment. So.
Yeah, and that's the rustiness, like the timing of not playing for a week and a half.
Yep, that's okay. That's okay. What this is this is going to be an exacerbation of mistakes that you quote unquote normally make. Sure. But it's still going to expose, like, if you were a good player in that aspect, it's probably not a mistake that you would ever make. Almost ever. Sure. Or at least very rarely. So if there's consistent errors, that's kind of what we're looking for.
Sure. I saw them in mid, so I felt like I could blink through and get up top.
Yep, fine me. That's fine. No one can hide. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now shoot. That's basically what it is, right? If you had been here and there had been somebody short, then you could have just shot them. Like, for example, you could have shot them from here, but when you were here, there was nobody here, right? So you kept rotating. That's the rule. Mm-hmm. Rotate, 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 rotate. Shoot.
Bad aim, but it's okay.
That's okay. Well, it's also hard aim. Where can you do? Where can you rotate to make this a little bit easier?
Behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do after this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 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 Good.
Try to survive.
Yep.
Bait him back.
Yep. 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 Good stuff. Okay, good fight.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously there's always a lot more variables than just you, but I will say that you played well, you win.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I would say go as far to say if you don't make it, if you play correctly, you position correctly, you time correctly, you move correctly, you increase your chance of winning by like 45%. So congrats.
Right. Thank you.
Because there's a huge gap between what you just did and the fight before. Huge gap in terms of your value. Huge value.
Right.
All right.
So I'm just kind of waiting for my team a little bit here, but my tank looks like he's feeding. I didn't want to jump in there and die as well, so I'm just poking, but...
I prefer you to do something besides poke here. How much pressure do you apply from here?
Nothing.
So what do you do? I like this angle. What do you do?
Well, I hear their tank below me. I didn't really know where that Ana was. Oh, he had a sticky, so I would have stuck the Ana, but I didn't know where he was, and I didn't want to die because I felt like I was kind of behind them in a way.
Yep.
Didn't know where I was.
But there is pressure happening right now. It's kind of, you see what I'm saying? Like, there is fight happening now. It's awkward fight, but it is fight. So you need to be doing something. So what I want you to do is the same rule that we talked about earlier. If too far away, keep rotating. Shoot Reinhardt. Now, you didn't know Anna's here, so we're going to pretend that she's not here.
Right.
But you knew Reinhardt was here. And you could do more damage to this Reinhardt than you could do to the Reaper and Moira over here. So go do Reinhardt. Distraction is a reflection of your threat. If you're not threatening because you're too far away, then your distraction will also be ineffectual.
Gotcha. Yeah, my goal here was just not to die and set up for the next fight.
That's fine with me.
Okay,
so then but then right now, okay, my Ryan's dead, so now I chill a little bit and I listen. And I wait.
Yep.
And I wait. And I listen. And I wait. And now fight starting. All right? And this is fine. Are you on a short range off angle right now?
No, but I feel like the Reaper's going to kill me if I get any closer.
Okay, so this is where I want you to prioritize how you're moving, and I need you to have confidence to take this duel. Your advantage over Reaper is not your range over him, especially since the spread change. Your advantage over Reaper is your ability to make his crosshair move aggressively.
Gotcha.
That's your advantage.
So diagonally and close to him?
Diagonally and close to him. Not point blank, but, you know, here, and then here, and then here, and then here. That's how you win the Reaper duel. From now until top 500 in Overwatch League, which you inevitably will get to.
Gotcha.
Good bit of distraction here. It's well timed. You're getting pincered from behind, so you just need to rotate to here.
I forgot that health pack was there.
That's okay. Is this a short range off angle?
Yes.
Okay. So we're expecting good things from you.
That Mora chased me, so.
Yep, that's fine. I mean, you could have stuck her because she did fade in, but I also understand you don't have recall, don't have a lot of confidence. I probably would have just stayed, to be honest with you. If somebody uses a cooldown into you, just use Pulse Bomb on. It's fine. But also,
Gotcha.
again, are you on a short range off angle?
Yes.
Yes. So I really don't hate this.
I love sticking on us.
Hey, I get it. I mean, I'm an Ana player, so I really don't get it, but I have to play nice. You did pay me, so.
True. I'm just trying to survive at this point.
Short range off angle, check 1. Short range off angle, check 2. You win the fight.
Yeah. I do struggle with Moira's.
Yeah, I mean, she's hard, right? She's really, really hard. One little tip versus Moira is just to be able to move effectively through her, blink through her, and then don't overly strafe, right? So you blink through her and you kind of stand still. Shoot, she looks at you, blink through her, stand still. You don't want to stand perfectly still necessarily, but just as your aim gets better, the Moira matchup will get a bit easier.
Gotcha.
But again, I want to highlight, you did good, we win fight. It's
Gotcha.
not rocket science.
Thank
You
you.
took a good position, you applied pressure, you forced fade. You, even if without the pulse bomb, I liked your setup.
Thank you.
No one can hide from my sight.
So,
I shouldn't be right there.
yeah, it's tricky though, because you're setting up here with the intention of setting up a short range off angle on cart, right?
Yep.
That's where the fight should go. It's not. Ryan's in. And I actually don't even hate this from your Ryan. I think it's pretty clever, right? He's got sights. Yeah. He's going for, he sees fade. He's like, I'm gonna kill this freaking Moira, right?
Right.
So what should you do here?
Help him.
You could. Let's say you want to fight Ana. How do you fight Ana?
Blink through, but then I have the Bastion shooting my back, so that scares me.
That's true. So how long will you be able to do this?
Only for a split second.
Only for a split second, right? But you know what? I still prefer that over standing directly in front of Ana. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to move through people. You need people to move their crosshair.
Gotcha. So here you would have rather me blink through.
Blink through, blink again, recall back to here. Yep.
Gotcha.
Now you end up back here, and so I'm okay with this. This is fine. This is a short range off angle.
Yep.
I don't know any other DPS that could do this as effectively as you can. Where you are applying, I mean, literally you are applying, as stupid as it sounds, shield break, right? You got hit by nade, doesn't matter, go back and do it again.
Yep.
And remember, your distraction is as good as your threat, and you are a threat here.
Right.
The problem has been for you more mechanical, and the fact that you got stuck by a slow-moving grenade, and then you got stuck by a slow-moving grenade again. I will also say, who should you be shooting now and why? And it's a big hunk of steel.
I've got so many. Yeah, I mean, the tank or the Bastion.
The Shank or the Bastion, probably. Now, I would say Ana probably over Ryan because they're both about the same distance, but definitely the Bastion here. Why?
Yeah, he's an easy kill for me. He's huge.
Okay, that's the wrong answer. It's the correct answer. It's the obvious answer, but you got to think like a plat player or a diamond player now. Why?
Closest to me?
He's close. He's closest thing to you. That's it. Closest thing to you. You nailed it.
Yeah, my plan here, and I understand that, was to get behind the Ana and take the Ana out, but maybe that wasn't the right play.
Well, if the idea is to take the Ana out, then where does your rotation need to be right now? Like right now.
Where I'm blinking? To in a second, but I get hit by that nade.
Well, but that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
You have a plan of setting up at a position, but instead you shoot the wrong. It's basically like you're not in the position to do damage here.
Gotcha.
You shot an entire clip and look at her HP. 45 damage. Congratulations. Okay. This is horrific, right? So if the plan was to hold this angle, then do what this angle allows you to do. If the plan was to go for Ana, then go to the position and do what this angle allows you to do. This wasting of time is what gets you stuck, which is what kills this plan. It doesn't kill it entirely. You do commit the rotation, but it's just significantly ineffective. So my point being here is I want this to be you take angle, shoot what on angle. Don't like angle, find different angle, then shoot. It's not rocket science. You just need to stay yourself on it. Now I like this. But don't run away. Don't run away.
Yeah,
I know. You blinked out. Now she's cooked, right? Now she still has nade, but come on.
Yeah.
You got to have some confidence in yourself, right? Like you can't go, oh, she's pushed me out. Well, there, okay, to give you credit, you do go back.
Yeah.
Go back. There you go. Yeah, good. Go back. I mean, this is just a stupid mistake, but you know what? I mean, you're doing the right thing here. This is good.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where he was. I couldn't see him at least.
That's okay. That's okay. Because I would go as far to say here, like, if you're able to, you're a little more aware of what's going on around you, you could pulse this, you could recall, you could do whatever. This is fine.
Sure.
So I don't hate your value this fight. It's close enough. You might even win it because it was just barely good enough. But it needed to be more of a, I take a position, I shoot what's on that position, and if I don't like the position, I rotate immediately to that next position. I don't waste any time. I don't allow them to poke me out. I rotate immediately.
Gotcha.
Like right now, this is wasting time. And this is really bad because not only does it waste time, but it allows them to shoot you.
Right.
You can't do any damage from here, but they could do damage to you here. So what's the next step?
Rotate deeper, but I don't think I have any team with me, so maybe
Pretend you do. Pretend you do. Pretend your Moira's still alive. What do you do?
Yeah. Go left.
Where?
Behind that little stand, that purple stand.
Then what do you shoot from here?
I'd say Bastion.
I'd say Bastion too. Then what do you do when the Bastion looks at you?
Go to the left further.
Go to left further. Then what do you do here? Do you stand here, AFK? Now what?
No. I could shoot the... I would go further. I'd go deeper.
Oh, you go even deeper. You go to here.
Yes.
Okay. And then what would you do with your 2 blinks here?
Kill the Ana, but I mean...
Kill the Ana.
Dodge the sleep.
You sure would. You might die, but this is the play. You could also hide here and shoot Reaper, maybe if he gets a bit closer and try to avoid, but honestly, that's a bit risky. But yeah, you nailed it. Good stuff. It's high risk, high reward. Welcome to Overwatch.
Yeah. the only threat of that is that the Mora could come back.
She could.
I'm just waiting for my team to come back at this point.
I understand. Okay, let's keep going here. Ah, you saucy son of a gun.
I should have been slept.
Well, at least you were decisive enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was not a lot of hesitation from you, which is what saved your life. Now what? Now what?
Just keep deepening.
Keep deepening. You got to be careful because you don't have recall, but that doesn't mean you AFK. You just keep deepening. What do you shoot?
Well, could have been tank, but I want to help my tank, so...
But it should have been tank. It should have been tank. Like, right now especially, it has to be tank. Because what else can you shoot?
I was going to double blank in and help my tank, which I did.
Right. Which is not always bad if it's like, for example, Earth Shatter. Okay, I could just one-clip something. Okay, I'm with you on that one.
Right.
But that's the exception, not the rule. Why? Why is it so bad to double blink in here?
Well, I have no cooldowns, and their tank would
So
be
what does that
looking
mean?
at my back.
Right, so you die,
no resources.
or you have to recall out, and now you can't do any more damage. Sure. See, I don't love this because, you know, Nano Ryan, but man, you at least you're on an angle and you are shooting things. Like, I'm just like okay, sure, it's all right. You know, I could live with that, right? Like, you did damage, right? Good stuff.
Right.
No.
Wanted to keep them out of range.
Blink. No. Coward. Blink through.
Okay.
Get your angle and get your angle here. You know where your team is. Your angle is always relative to where the rest of your team is, which means there will be times when this is an angle here because your team is here. You get me?
Gotcha.
You know where your team is. You need to set up around that. You're on a razor's blades away from getting good value and winning these fights, but you just don't clutch it out. I think maybe it's more of the fear, too much respect to Reaper. It's not respect, it's too much fear, essentially, right? You are fine to beat Reaper as long as you blink. That's the respect. Blinking is respect, right? So,
I hate Mora so much.
And then you just panic, right? You just panic. You can win that duel. She fades in. She's 225. You can win that duel. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to be honest with you. Here's what we're saying here. Setups from you aren't trash, but sometimes too far. Sometimes you don't shoot what's available.
Okay.
Movement and mechanics, I need you way more limit testing these things. Way more. Your aim isn't bad, but your movement is.
Gotcha.
Your movement is. And what this comes from is the easy answer is a lack of experience, right? Oh, well, duh, I just need to practice more, right? But if you're not actively taking blink duels with people that you run into on the angle, whether they're Anas or Reapers, then you're not going to get better at blinking.
Gotcha.
You are better. You know, you need to believe that I, at gold 1, with 3 blinks, with inexperience, can beat people if I blink appropriately and I use my movement appropriately and cover appropriately. You are better. And if you're going to get better, you have to believe that, right? And even if you die, you will still provide more value than what you're doing right now. Your kit is being completely wasted right now.
Gotcha. I don't want to let them come up through this side here.
Yep, this angle's fine. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, short range off angle, this is fine. I have no complaints. I would say maybe minor adjustment might be to sit like here and crouch, because what's going to happen is, yes, they might see you if they look left here, but people coming up the stairs will most likely be looking this way. You don't want them looking at you as they come up the stairs. That kind of kills the element of surprise, right?
Gotcha.
Holy smokes, you did it.
I can do it every once in a while.
Finally. And this is where I need more confidence from you. You know she's used Fade. You know you've done some chip damage on her. You're 175 HP with 2 blinks. She's fricked. Beat her. Don't run. Beat her. Know the situation.
Yeah. I gotcha.
This is just cowardice. This is just cowardice. You look at this here. How should you play this duel here right now? What do you do? She's her crosshairs on you.
Blink through.
Right.
Blink
so her blink through. Her crosshairs on your head. So you blink through. She does this clunky 180 because we know Moira players have crusty mouse pads, right? And you just shoot her, right? You don't even need to clip her in one clip because you're not going to. Maybe get 80 damage, maybe get 90, maybe get 100. Okay, so now she's 1 HP. She doesn't have her orb anymore. You find that window and you punish. Force her Fade out. If you die, but you're like, on paper I should have won that, skill issue. Get better. And see, the problem here is you miss the window, and so then she diffs you, right? Now, I'm going to go and be honest with you. Because your positioning was really good, and because you got the kill on the soldier when opportunity presented itself, your team is still in a really good spot here. Right? Your team is in a really good spot here. So on paper, right. And there it is. Yeah, so good stuff.
Yeah, Moors have been scaring me lately, so I understand what I'm doing wrong now.
Yep. Eventually, you're going to die so many times, the more you're just going to get numb to it. Eventually, surely. Too far. Way too far. Commit. So where would you commit to is the question. Is this a good enough angle if you were to walk for it? Yeah, I think so too. I think go upstairs and take it from here. Gives you more options to get. It's not just because high ground good, it's just because I'm closer. That's it.
Right.
I'm closer. This is too far away. This is basically, I want to distract, but I'm too scared to commit because I'm going to run away from every Moira.
Yeah.
And then now you're inside your own backline because you've been running away half this game.
Yeah,
but your threat is the distraction value. It's not that the SPAP won't look at you. He will look at you briefly, but who wins this duel here? You know what I'm saying? Not you.
Not
you.
me.
Not
I go
you.
for a desperate pulse here. I know he has lamp, but I'm like, I hope I can just stall or something. But nope, that didn't work.
Read kill feed. You know, I see your Zarya's dead, your Bap's dead, your Widow's dead. This is just never going to happen. Your respawn's too far away. If there was like 1 or 2 people here, it'd be okay. But you know that the rest of the team's pushed forward. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
It was a good try with the pulse. Like in terms of the mechanics, you blinked in to get close. You made a last second flick adjustment. I don't hate the mechanics of what you tried to do. I just hate the strategy.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
I regretted it later. I'm just running from that more at this point.
Well, this is an appropriate time to run away from Moira. Why?
Well, I just recalled, so I have no recall.
Yep.
And
That's
I'm
it.
my team, so I have nothing to benefit from fighting this.
Exactly. There's no resource advantage here. You're down your resources. You're not fighting at the same time as your team. You do need to run. Keep running. This is the difference, though. Right? This is the duel you need to win. And if you don't win this, this is a breaking keyboard moment, okay? So, coach yourself mechanically. We've talked enough about it. How should you win this fight?
Well, I can blink through and just shoot.
When?
Keep
now?
shooting.
You're starting to shoot right now. You have 30 bullets. Do you finish your clip or do it now?
Well, I do finish my clip. I know I win this fight, but yeah, I would shoot now and then blink. I don't know. I'm not sure about if I should shoot or blink first.
You could do a little bit of both. You could shoot half your clip, blink, shoot the rest of your clip.
Yeah. I'm very bad at half clip blinking.
It's very hard.
Noticed.
It's very situational. I wouldn't worry too much about the mechanics of that. I would keep that in the back burner, something to think about. But my point being is that you don't have to feel like I have to finish my clip before I blink. That's the idea.
Yeah.
So if you feel like I need to blink now, but I only have like 30 bullets, it's fine. It's okay. Totally fine.
Yeah.
You could even use the blink as an opportunity to reload, right? So like, let's say that you fire your bullets and you blink, and then and you just end up, you don't even get any damage hit, and you just reload. That's okay. It's damage you're not taking while reloading. That's why it works for me.
Right.
There you go. Show her who's boss. Idiot.
Right.
Short range offing, yes or no?
Yes.
Well timed,
I
yes
could
or
be a
no?
little closer. No.
Okay, what's
I
wrong?
don't know where my tank is. Oh, my
Okay,
tank's way
so
off to the
let's
left.
give you let's give you the information that you have, which is you just checked your Zarya.
Yeah, my Zarya's way off.
Yeah. You're 3 seconds away. In fact, I'm gonna bet 426. Let's see if it's 429. Here we go. Get the right speed here. 7, 5, 4, 3. There's your timing. There is now a good time to be able to take the engagement from the short range.
Yes.
It's good enough, right? It's not perfect. I was totally wrong. I'm an idiot. I'm a fraud. But yeah, it's just a little bit early, right? That being said, the angle seems pretty reasonable. All right. Too much hesitation here.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is why you're basically looking for uncontested flanks. That's what I'm noticing.
Yeah.
You know, you're being, I can't, they're looking at me, I can't fight. Ah, frick that, man. You got 3 blinks and a recall. I don't care if it's Venture. Come on. Hit me, right? Venture leaves. Okay, then I go in here, right? You go, I chase this Venture out. Or you know, honestly, this rotation isn't bad if it was like, oh, they're backing up, so I'm going to catch them from behind. But it honestly feels like you're just waiting for them to be distracted, and then I'm going to get the kill.
Gotcha.
Like right now, I see this, I'm taking the stool. How do you take the stool?
They keep deepening.
Okay, so what do you do? What do you do from here? How do you use your blinks right now?
I blink to the right.
Okay, so you're gonna blink here. Now what?
Yeah. He chases me, so then I have to go all the way back and around.
Okay.
Through
What if you
that
what if
first
you
point.
what if you blinked up here?
I would like to, but I feel like I'd have to blink right through his
Sure.
shot. So that
So
would
here's
probably kill me.
so here's a little suggestion. Position before you shoot. You see it? It's the same thing as you're gonna get some nostalgia for this moment.
When I was over there.
Yeah, remember the Ana shot when you should have been shooting Bastion? Okay. Set up. Then shoot. But what ends up happening is because you never set up and then shoot, this is hilarious.
I didn't even see it.
Is you end up, this is why your damage is so low. You refuse to take any contested duels whatsoever, and then often play at tickle range. That's the problem. You noticing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'm like, oh, I'm distracting. I know I'm not doing a ton of damage, but like, I'm here. Oh, now my whole team's dead. So it's like, what's
Right, and you haven't been distracting really. Like it's been these brief, momentary distractions that are as quickly shrugged off because there's no actual teeth.
Yeah, I know they're about to win the game, but my team's not there. What am I gonna do? 1v5?
Yeah, right. And like, the question that I have for you is, would you ever swat a mosquito if it didn't bite you?
Yeah, I understand. No.
All right. Do you have the capability to stream Overwatch?
Yeah, I should.
Okay, let's try it.
Let's see why I wouldn't. Okay. All right. I've never tried it though. How do I go?
Try it. So you're going to. I'm going to show you how it's. And this is going to be like
my
stream
screen?
set. Do you have Overwatch pulled up right now?
I do. It's minimized.
You should be able to click stream Overwatch in your Discord thing. So right above it, there'll be like a little Overwatch 2 thing next to where you share my screen. Or maybe you should be able to click share my screen. You should be able to select the Overwatch window, maybe.
Yeah, got it.
Beautiful.
What resolution?
It doesn't matter. 720, 480, whatever your computer can handle it. It really doesn't matter.
Lock HD stream in 4K. I don't want nitro. Okay. All right. I don't know
Beautiful.
if you can see my
We're
screen.
good. Sure can. Looks good to me. How ice cold are you?
I mean, I played up until the point where.
All right, so you're not ice cold. Let's go. Jump in. So, No practice ranging or anything like right now.
No?
Just
Okay.
yapping.
Okay. All right.
So, what needs to be practiced?
My mechanics in terms of blinking before shooting.
Okay.
Being
Specifically
confident in my
being
duels.
deliberate with how I'm using blinks and duels. That's going to take a lot of time, and you're going to fail miserably practicing it, but it has to be. You have to do it. You can practice that in deathmatch as well. Okay. What else?
Trying to stay within range, not
Correct.
being, poking
Correct.
from a distance.
I want shorter ranged off angles with more confidence, essentially. I like... Honestly, the funny thing is I actually never really hated the angles that you took. It just, you weren't close up on the angle, right? Like you would tickle from those positions instead of taking a little bit step forward to the next cover and actually applying pressure, right? So there's a lot of tickling and not a lot of killing, right? You need to be a threat to force a response and then force yourself to live as a result. And I think practice point number 1 is correlated to practice point number 2.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be able to get close and live and apply pressure and duel if you're not good and comfortable at using your blinks and duels. It's not going to happen.
Makes sense. And you were saying it looks like I'm hesitating to decide where I want to go. And I think that's true because when I watch my replays, I kind of like waver back and forth for a second before I'm like, all right, I'm going to go over here. But, that split second could make all the difference.
Sure. That's something that comes with time, right? The fact that you're wavering means that you're thinking, which is an appropriate response. Yep. And I do think it reflected in your gameplay. I think for the most part, the angles that you chose were plat or diamond level. I think it was good choices. But then what you did on those angles, how close or how confident or how you moved was not good. Not good at all. Sure. You played Tracer almost like a kind of a flank-heavy soldier is the best way to describe it. Where it was like you were playing like a medium range character on deep flanks, right? And that's just not what the character can do.
Right. It's interesting. I'm curious, when I play, I had a couple other matches that were like stomps and I felt like I was almost carrying. I wonder what the difference was. Maybe it was a confidence level. I'm not sure.
Could be.
Maybe players I was playing against were worse. Who knows?
Well, it could be, right? I mean, you're doing enough to be gold 1 plat 5, right? Like that's clear. Like your setting up and your timing and your distractions and so on, right? Is good enough to be plat 5, right? Like in theory, you're gold 1 or whatever else, but it's not good enough to be plat 3 and plat 2, and that's pretty clear.
Yep, makes sense.
Okay, let's jump into deathmatch now, and I want you to be very cognizant of your blinks. I want you to be thinking about what am I doing, dueling, because it's not just blink mindlessly. That's probably how you're going to start, but you could start practicing. Okay, how should I blink versus this character? Where should I blink?
Sure.
Don't worry as much about your aim. Even this character, he does damage. There you go. You notice that you didn't even think about your clip. You just blinked. Good stuff. All right, here we go. What's the blink going to look like? It's okay. It's a 2v1. It's right. Get ready to blink. Okay, never mind.
I didn't need to because they're not even looking at me.
Never really not. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to end up dying a lot more because you're not going to be able to disengage fights as much. Like, you're going to mess up and, I should have saved that blink, or I left cover, or I wasted my recoil. That's okay. Like, there's no real hard rule with that either, Sometimes you might be like, you need to save a blink to disengage. Sometimes it's if you just use 4 or 5 or 6 blinks and recall and you die. I mean, sometimes it's just it, right? Like, if you can't win the fight by that point in time, then you can't win the fight regardless. But, yeah, just experiment with it more.
Sure. So I look at this comp, though, and I know this is higher level, but I've got a Ball who's not going to sit on point, and then I've got a Sombra who's doing exactly the same thing I'm doing. So where's our point pressure coming from?
Point pressure is they're dead.
Yeah, sure.
Remember, angle is always relative, too. So if you got Sombra and Ball backline, maybe you play more frontline heavy. Angle's always relative. Always relative to your not the enemy team, to your team. Enemy team decides where the angle is in terms of like the location on the map. Your team decides where on the clock, like what angle, 90, 45, 180, So,
gotcha.
Okay. That's okay. Nobody's here. A little far. Shoot was close. It's okay. Win this duel. I want you to win this duel. It's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's you know, muscle memory here. It's all right. Win this duel. There's a mega behind you. Win it. It's okay. You still win these. 2v1. Live. Now live. 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 Good. It's okay. Just okay. You were almost there. If you completely disengage that, you were so close. Just don't peek that. You're good. And I want to also point out that if you had not run from the Genji in the first place, I believe in you to kill him. Right?
Really?
Yep. Yep. You had it. You had it. I noticed that your first reaction was to run the second the Genji looked at you.
Yeah, well, he almost one-clipped me, and I had to use my recall.
Doesn't matter. Stay on the angle and fight him. We'll talk more about that after this game. Where's your angle?
Trying to finish this guy off, so...
That's fine.
Yeah,
This fight's lost. Just live. Just live. Just live. Don't even shoot. Don't. Just live. They're gonna chase. Just live. Run if you need to. Wait for your team. Okay, let's apply pressure. Whoever you see, you shoot. Whoever's close, you shoot. Yes, very good. Very good. Too far? Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Trying to look first.
There she is. It's okay. You're good. Live on this angle. Oh. Okay, go back and shoot her. Go back and shoot her. Go back and shoot her.
Oh, fuck.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I know it's very hard with somebody yapping you. You're doing fine.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm not used to it, but yeah.
No, you're doing fine. I would say as a general rule, like live coaching is not about making you play better.
Yeah.
You know, it's just about like kind of like what mindset you need to be in. So this fight's probably lost, so just shoot what's convenient. Maybe you can get a trade here. That's fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine for the next point. Okay, so start to think like what angle do you want to play? Wait. Well, hang on. Okay, yeah, no, I think you guys lose this. Well, maybe. Your team seems to be... We'll take forward and walk forward and take an angle, see what happens. And then just shoot whatever you can see.
And then see if I can stall a little bit.
That's fine.
Yeah,
just hold this angle. Hold this angle. Hold this angle and shoot what comes close. If somebody pushes you, you fight them. Wow, that was hard, right? What's next? Who's close?
Ana.
Wait. Yeah. Yep. Use cover. Keep fighting. Yep. Keep shooting. Just use cover and keep shooting. If they push you, just live.
Get my health back.
That's okay. Get out if you can. There's a lot of people on you, so you just need to live. And that's a valuable death. Look at where you died. Okay. Yeah. That was perfect. Genji pushes you. You blinked around him. You made him look stupid. You out-aimed him. He died. Then you applied actual reasonable distraction value in backline because you were an actual threat. And then both DPS chased you, and that didn't work out. Okay, next angle. Where do you go to?
Over here.
Okay. If anybody fights you, you fight them. Too far away? Get closer. Yep, good stuff. Do it. Get her. Good try. No, good try. Good try. Good try. All right, now this fight's lost, so I need you to live. So just live on their backline. Keep running. Keep running. They will chase. Now be very quiet. Be very quiet. Be very quiet. The same exact thing you did last fight when they the Genji push you. Oh, maybe you guys go. Maybe.
One my health back.
It's okay. Hold the angle. This is too far. This is much better. That's okay. Now live. Good. Grab that mini to your left. All right, now live here and keep applying pressure. Now live. There's two people on you. Yep, just live. Yep. Yep. Wait. Be quiet. Oh, he gotcha.
Felt like
Press
he came out
tab.
of nowhere,
Press tab. Press tab. I know stats don't matter, but press tab. Look at your damage. Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. Much better. And this is despite a couple of unnecessary deaths, right? Much better.
Sure.
Take your angle. Too far. Take your angle. There you go. It's okay. Oh, you're going to lock in for this one. Just play your life. Wait. 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 All right, here we go. Get it.
Oh my god, how'd I miss that?
See, you didn't miss it at all. You got her.
Yeah.
Good.
I shouldn't have gone deep like that.
But, well, no, it was fine. You just didn't blink. You didn't blink. You had that blink in the chamber. She was 1 HP. Totally fine. I mean, you come on. Sometimes you're just going to commit, right? Like, she's 1. You had recall and a single blink. That was really good. I know it feels like, no, that's exactly what I want you to do. And this is going to be super valuable to review. Send me the code for this. Send me the code.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, I accidentally stopped streaming. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I felt like I played terrible.
Did you feel like you had more impact? Ignore the deaths. Did you feel like you had more impact?
I don't. Well, then that first game, yeah, because that first game I felt like I just felt really rusty. But
Yeah.
But let's see, share. But compared to other games where I'm killing like 3-4 people every fight, I'm like, holy cow! Like, what's the difference?
I'm watching. Well, I mean, the difference is could be the map is more shorter range. It could be their composition is easier to play into. It could be that you're just inconsistent, right? Like that's just people are naturally inconsistent. You're gonna need to click on my profile picture because I actually closed and restarted stream, so you're gonna need to like click over in Discord to see it. Let me know if you can't figure it out. Could be a bit tricky.
Not used to it.
It's at the top of our Discord call. You'll see it just like if you just click where you were streaming at the top of the call, and then just like click around until you find my streaming window.
Oh, I found it. There we go.
You in?
Yep.
All right, let's take a look. Good angle, short range, yeah, good timing. Looks good. This guy looks at you. Priority is on fighting the guy that fights you. So you're a little slow to react. You get kind of clumped, and so you recall. Fight him.
Gotcha.
Fight him. I know you're low, so you could understandably disengage, but the way to disengage is to disengage this direction. Look at what you do instead when you're down resources. You actually go in.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's more likely, how are you more likely to die to Genji? With your back turned to him, or with you looking him right in the eye?
Right.
You kind of see what I'm saying? So when you get contested, the reason we want you to contest what's contesting you is not the fact that, you need to be playing more aggressively, more confidence, more ego. It's the fact that this is how you die to Genji or anybody is by running away, but not actually running away and turning your back to them. So how would you play here? You've got 2 blinks, there's almost 3 and full HP. What do you do?
Blink through that doorway.
Blink through the doorway. You shoot him. He has no deflect. He has no dash, excuse me. So you're going to blink through him, and you're going to shoot him, okay? So then what is he going to do?
He'll turn around.
All right, and then what?
Blink through him again.
Okay, so you're going to blink through him again. Then he deflects. Then what? You have a blink and a half in the chamber.
Wait for him to stop deflecting, and then blink through him again.
And then you and I both know that he's cooked. Right,
Yeah.
we've seen we in fact we actually saw that exact same scenario play out later in the game, and it went terribly for him. That's it.
Gotcha.
Short rest. Can you still see? You still have it going. That's odd.
Yeah.
Can you still see? Okay.
It came back.
So now you don't have. The problem is that we're confronted with the duel, but only when we're down resources. This is just a mechanical failure. And then from here, as soon as you see a 2v1, you need to live. But at this point in time, it's kind of too late. And then here, don't be
taken.
Just blink out, right? Just live, right? And go back, you know? That's it. That's it. Okay.
Here, I felt like he was I could go to the right.
Yeah, this is too far. This is too far and also too direct. Why? Because where's this guy going to be looking? This way. Because where's your team? This way. So why are you here? Where should you go instead?
Diagonally to the right, I think.
I think so too. I think roll up here, get to here, start applying pressure here, start applying pressure here, start applying pressure here, start applying pressure here. You got it. I mean, you solved it later in the map, But obviously right now this is really compromising your damage and your distraction. This is good. So just slow. So then what ends up happening is because you're slow, you end up recalling to a non-angle, right?
Yeah.
Because you weren't there in the first place. So you didn't start in a good position, so then we have to recall to a bad position.
Gotcha.
And this is where I was like, all right, you're by yourself, just live. And I think you're a little slow here. I can't remember. There's a lot of situations like this.
Yeah.
Too far, don't shoot. What should you do instead?
Gotcha. Dude, I should probably rotate into that cubby on the left because I still
Sure.
feel like I'm too far from that tank.
I agree. Here, or you could even go back the exact same way that you came, right? So just go back. Oh, Genji's here. Okay, kill. Okay, Genji's not here. All right, well, then shoot this, or, well, shoot this. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Go right back the way that you came. You don't have to be clever. You don't have to catch people off guard. So what ends up happening is this Genji kind of tails you, and you keep trying to avoid him. You keep trying to avoid him. You're going to have to face him. You're going to have to face him. You know? You're going to have to face him. It kills me because the one time you actually gave Genji attention, you completely wrecked him. Like, absolutely destroyed him. I think it was as close to like a full, like you almost just straight up one-clipped him. Not one-clipped them, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is just too late to set up. Okay. Okay. Fight's happening here. You're on your short angle. You recall out. We can't get the touch. So we think the fight's going to happen here, and you don't even have recall. You shoot. You juke out. You blink to steal Mega. He shoots the wrong way. He turns at you. He deflects because you're doing damage. That's lethal. So you blink. You reload during his deflect. You blink again. He misses his right click. He's staring at a wall. And the funny thing about this, for somebody that doesn't do this enough, your blink target acquisition was halfway decent. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad either. Like, this is pretty good here. Like, your crosshair is pretty much immediately on him. I mean, come on.
Right. That
guy
felt
got
easy as well.
This guy got skunked, right? It won't always feel that easy, but this is the goal, right? Like, this is the goal.
Right.
And the best part about it is not only did you make him look stupid, but you're also in the position to continue to apply pressure. You're in the perfect spot. So as you walk through here, I think I just walked at the door, right? But this is fine too. You go back to here, and now we're threatening. See, this is threatening. This is distraction value. Because if these guys ignore you, they are going to die, both of them.
Right.
So this is distraction value. And you notice that, go back to shooting her. She's back on me. I don't even think you needed to run away here. I think you were thinking about the Genji respawn, which is fair, right? But I actually think for a few more seconds, keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting, you know? Okay, there's a bunch of people on me. I need to live. And this is just you not quite getting out fast enough. But again, I want to point out, like, look at how much they had to sweat for a drop of blood, right? Like, look at how the point is capping here, right? And they're on the first point, right? This was good.
Yeah.
This was good. And the difference was just your confidence with moving around and applying pressure from a much more effective range. That's the difference. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. This was good. You did really good this fight. Like, that entire fight was just beautiful. Don't shoot too far. Don't shoot too far. What should you do instead?
Deepen.
Deepen to where?
Down there on the lower right.
Yeah,
I think the back
I
of
think
Salty Waffle.
Salty Waffle, right? Somewhere here. If you had been positioned, I don't know, here, this could have worked as well. Now, you could have also shot tank from here as well, but you might have gotten pincered. So there's a world where you could have done this, but I don't think on this map it's all that good. But yeah, what ends up happening is you give yourself away for quote unquote distraction value, which means that you're not really much of a distraction, right? And then end up just getting your cooldowns forced. This is good. It's not the best rotation I've ever seen in my life, but at least you got here. Okay, now we go. This is just where I need you to be more decisive with how you rotated, right? So you're like looking here. Obviously you didn't know Ana was there, which was pretty cheeks, right? Which is sad. But then also from here, how can you rotate? Everything's too far. Where do you go?
Well, before coming out, I could have went to the left and behind. I mean, I can go the way I did to the right.
Yeah, you can go here.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I was talking about, see that stairway just to the left of Gerald? Yeah, come from back that way.
Works for
I
me.
don't know. I don't know if that would be too long though.
Yeah, it might be, in which case you'd use your blinks to get there quickly. So what you would do is you'd go blink 1, blink 2, pulse bomb, and then recall.
Gotcha.
So you kind of did it, but not really.
Gotcha.
Wasn't a bad fight from you. Wasn't a really bad fight. The only thing I'm more concerned about is that early pressure where you were too far away. That compromised the quality of your entire angle.
Gotcha.
I take credit for this one because I was telling you to wait because I did not think that your team would recontest because, I mean, it would have been dumb to recontest, but your team tried to. So it would have been helpful for you to have been rotating just in case and then to have been here instead because this is too far away, right? But this one is more on me than on you.
Yeah, hard to say. I knew the fight was unlikely to be won at that point, but
The problem is like because of you're unsure if it's unlikely to be won, you never really take a short range angle. So then you guarantee that it's not likely to be won, right? So it's like if you're not sure, you know, commit or don't, because if you don't, this is just not useful at all.
sure.
This is like the first time you've actually been useful right now, but it's too late now.
Yeah,
Primal's already done,
makes sense.
and then now you just need to live because your team's dead. I mean, this is good distraction value. Just I think you keep getting a little bit surprised by Genji pursuing.
Yes.
And maybe just a little bit of a mismanagement of resources. They won't always be on comps that can chase as easily, but yeah. Too slow in the angle here. This is totally worthless. Why? 2 reasons.
Too far away, and he's
Too
looking
far
straight
away,
at me.
and he's looking straight at you, right? So, well, it's not a problem if he's looking straight at you, if he's looking straight at you here, right? Like here. Because it's more, again, where is my team and where are you? You see it? It's not a good angle.
Yeah.
Your team is, he already is motivated to look this direction. Not that you have to be back here, but we want you at least here or here, right?
Sure.
So get to the angle and then actually apply pressure, where if he chases you, maybe your Brigitte lives, right?
Gotcha.
That's the difference here.
Gotcha.
This is better. You should have been here from the get-go.
Gotcha. Still feel a little too far away.
I do. I agree. I agree. Old habits die hard, right?
I can't believe I missed that.
But it's still fine. You got to get out of your head about the pulse one. The pulse one was fine. And this is the mistake here. I think you mismanaged the fact, or you thought, well, actually, you know what? No, I lied. You actually did not have a blink. I thought that you did. You did not. You didn't get it until you died. But this is where you just needed a recall. Just melee, then recall. And then you go, you know, back here, and then you blink in, and you finish the kill. And yeah, you're gonna die, but yeah, maybe it's winnable, right?
Sure.
Okay. Let's take some notes.
6 minutes left, you said?
Let's take some notes.
Oh, take some notes. Okay.
Yeah. Mumble City here. My dad was right. Okay. What do you got to practice? Let's be as specific and clear as possible.
Be intentional with positioning and decision making. Not being too far away when I start shooting.
So okay, that's what I'm looking for, because the first half was just corporate mumbo jumbo. So, not being too far on your angles. Find effective range. Distraction comes from threat. Okay? Keep going. That was the big one, no? Like, that's the big one. But there was some other stuff, too. Talk to me about your blinks.
Not being afraid to take the duel, blink through them, blink before shooting.
Blinks.
You know, I think we talked a lot about that, especially against, like, the Genji or the Mora.
Yep. Anything that's contesting you, if you have blinks, you have resources, you use it. Take the fight right now. You might force healing onto them, force resources onto them, force the 2v1, force the 3v1, then live. And then if you die, it's a job well done. Do better next time. If you live, congratulations, you're the greatest.
Question for you
Confidence.
on that one.
Yes.
You know, if I am on a flanking route, it's on the side, not a full flank,
Yep.
and I engage with a, say, Genji, and I want to take the duel, but he's got an Ana, way behind him, supporting him. Do I really want to blink through him and then I'm as you said in one of your other videos, tracer sandwich, or do I kind of take that more cautiously?
What's your intention with using a blink in a duel?
To avoid damage.
Does
and
that
to
change when he's
distract.
pocketed?
No, it just changes my positioning from him being from me being on the outside to me being in between them, and that's
Right.
what I was
Right.
wondering.
So you don't see the Ana damage or Ana healing coming in as easily. The answer is that's fine, just you don't want to stay with your back to Ana for an extended period of time.
Gotcha.
I'm going to be honest though, that is like level 9 tracer thinking. We don't need to worry about that.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about that. We're not at a point in time where that's going to be a super relevant point. In fact, it was only relevant once in the entire review that we've done, and that was on Blizzard World second point attack when you were trying to shoot the Ana, and you were worried about the Bastion coming back from spawn. Do you remember?
Yeah. Yep.
That was where it was relevant, and it was only briefly relevant, and it would have been better still for you to blink through the Ana and risk the Bastion rather than the guaranteed pressure of the Ana that's directly in front of your face.
Gotcha.
It's a good question. It's not an easy answer, but it's not something that's going to be a huge problem for you.
Gotcha.
Okay. Don't forget to take duels and blinks. Don't be too far on your angles. Continue. I don't know, man. Like that feels like that. Like that's all she wrote, I feel like. I mean, because I think when you were really deliberate with your setups, they could always be better, right? Like you'd always be like, okay, that was not good. But most of the times when it could always be better was about the range of the angle that you were playing. We could also say, timing here and there could be a little better. There was a couple moments of that, especially in Blizzard World, but that wasn't a real weak point, I don't think. And there's trigger discipline and all the other little freaking low-hanging fruits and stuff like that. But I think like the real thing to tackle are the 2 points we put there.
Gotcha.
Deliberately practice those things. Deliberately, every single game, practice one of those things. I'm too close, or am I using blinks? Am I too close? Am I using blinks? And I need confidence from you in taking 1v1s. We ran away from a lot of 2v1s today. But when it's a 1v1 and I've got resources, I win.
Got it. That makes sense.
I would say the key thing, key point. I forgot one thing. People that contest you, fight you on angles are your first responsibility. You do not skip past them to go for the squishies in the back line. You don't try to avoid people. Your job is not to hide and seek. If you take an angle and there's nobody there, congratulations. If you take an angle and there's somebody there, that's not a failure. You need to win. Get the kill.
Gotcha.
Or force CDs or force the pocket or something along those lines. You did. I know that you felt like you played well on Anubis, but I was really pleased with how that map went from you. I think it really demonstrated exactly how we need you to practice. It felt a little clunky here and there. There were a couple of unnecessary deaths, but of how you were practicing, I was very pleased with that. You should feel very pleased with that. It was good.
Thank you.
It was really good. Keep playing like that. Good results will happen. That was perfect.
Gotcha. Will do.
Okay.
Awesome.
Any questions?
No, I guess I did see, some of your FAQs about, how often should you get a lesson and whatnot. I'm definitely going to practice this stuff, but I'm sure in a month or so I'm going to say, hey, you know what, I'd like another lesson. But I know you're booked out like 2-3 months, right?
Yeah, we're working at that. It's been kind of a pain